This is our book today. The Yawns Are Coming. Do we like The Yawns Are Coming?
Yeah, me too! I love you!
I'll take that as a yes. So to help us talk about this book, we brought in the author and illustrator. Chris, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Chris Eliopoulos, and I am a cartoonist and book author.
Oh, you're drooling!
Get your fingers out of your mouth. We're doing a show. You can't do a show with fingers in your mouth, even though it's late at night.
You know it's 10:00.
Are the yawns going to get you?
You better do it before the yawns get me.
Those yawns, they just keep coming, huh? All right, I got a question for you guys. What would you rather do? Would you rather draw or would you rather go to Disney? Lila? Draw or Disney? What is it?
Well, can I think about it?
Okay, think about it. Elliot, draw or Disney?
Both of them.
Both of them. Drawing at Disney?
If I woke up early, I would draw at Disney. But we don't bring paper with us, right?
No, usually
Draw
not.
or Disney? Disney.
Disney?
I get to do what I love doing since I was 5 years old, which is sit in a room and draw pictures all day. And if you would ask me, would I rather go to Disney World or sit in my studio and draw? I'd rather sit in my studio and draw.
Was your dream to become a children's book author?
You know, I heard this statement from somebody who had said, you know, it's so funny that so many people who are successful in certain creative industries are at the top because it wasn't their dream. Like my dream as a kid growing up is I wanted to do a comic strip. And I put so much weight on that. And there was a point where I actually almost had a contract to have a comic strip. But I put so much emphasis on it, and like it locks you up. It ties you up so much that you're trying to do what you think is the right thing to do, that you aren't your most creative. And so I got into this not thinking about it as my end goal in life. Like I never thought, oh, I want to do children's books. That's what I need to be doing, and I'll do whatever it takes. And I've noticed that when you don't do what's typical or expected, you do better.
I'm getting tired.
You're getting tired?
Me too.
Well, should we ask him
Let's
another
hurry
question?
up. It's going to be bedtime and Mommy is going to say, get your PJs on. We'll do this tomorrow.
Well, then we should ask him another question.
Hey, guess what? Maybe could I ask a question?
What's your question?
I wonder if you would rather sleep or stay up.
I'd rather stay up.
I would rather sleep.
I would want to stay up all night when I'm not sleeping in my undies.
All right.
Right, are you going to cut up the undies
I
part?
think we might have to.
Where did you get the ideas for The Yawns Are Coming?
And I was actually getting my hair cut of all things. And I was yawning like crazy. Working like a maniac up half the night. And I'm like, oh man, the yawns are coming. And for some reason in my half asleep brain, I pictured these little creatures coming and grabbing me by the throat and the mouth and forcing me to yawn. Don't know where it came from. Don't know what it meant. But for some reason, the whole thing just rolled into my head at that moment. It was like kids trying to stay up at night for a sleepover. They don't want to sleep. But of course, as we remember as kids, like you would want them to stay up all night and by 10 o'clock you're out. But I wanted to have like a physical representation of that happening.
This book, did you guys like this book? Was this book super fun?
Yeah.
Do you think he should make other books with these characters? Do you think that'd be kind of cool?
Yeah.
As we were doing this book, I had turned it in and I was having lunch with my publisher and my agent and they said, oh, we have high hopes for this book. We think it's going to be a really big book. And I was like, oh, good. I hope so. Cause I have a sequel idea. And, they're like, you do? And I'm like, yeah. And so, I've just turned in the second draft to The Giggles Are Coming, which is going to be the follow-up next year.
Nice.
So it'll be the same characters, but they're in school and they're trying not to giggle in class. So
How you what?
it's weird. I thought I was weird the way I do this, but then I read Stephen King's book on writing. I tend to like shut the curtains. I close the door in my studio. I sit on my couch with like a blanket that I've had since childhood over me. And I sort of go into my own little world, and that's how I shut out the world and I have my own little world, and I create when I write that way. Usually I like to do it in the morning or late at night when there's like no emails coming in and no phone calls and all that stuff.
Thank you for watching our video.
And goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.